Now this is a really informal lecture for page number 3 in the Contemporary Computing Workbook. Here's the page I'm looking at. You see what I got right here? Okay. How Computers Work, Unit 1, and what this page is entitled is What's This Unit About? Unit 1. Well, I mentioned this is kind of an informal lecture on this page. All I'm going to do is sum up for you what this page pretty much says. So if you've read this page, you may not need what I'm saying right now. And I'm just using an iPod to do this on a little stand sitting on the desk. So let me basically tell you this. Here's what's organized in this unit. Reading and viewing, that's about 20 pages. And content of the online exercises, I give you the content of the online exercise. Now, why do I do that? I do that here in printed form so you can use them to take notes. Every question on your exercise has 10 true-false statements. I give you the listing here, and the listing is for your benefit in check marking what you think is true as you do the reading and as you do the viewing. Then when you go to the exercise, you use that as a guide. And if you don't get completely perfect on one question, then you take your notes, decide what you have to change by doing some review, and then you come back with your notes and you work through the exercise again. The exercise is repeatable. There's a link to the repeatable exercise. That's item number 3 on this page. So every one of the units will have this sort of a front page, and you'll be told what page the link to the exercise is on. Notice it comes after the content of the exercises. That's because I want you to see the content of the exercises, that it really is present. You could be productive even without being in the interactive exercise by using the content pages to take your notes. Then towards the end of the unit there's a project. And the project may consist of multiple parts. It sometimes requires simple supplies, sometimes not. And it most often requires the use of a computer and some software that you may download from the web. One of the projects in Unit 1 has to do with comparing items, and there's some reading in this unit about how you arrange the factors of comparison and how you arrange that information. Kind of a guide for doing comparison charts. Make sure you read that so that when you do your comparison project, you actually follow that instead of just sort of winging it as to how you're going to present your data. Then there's a unit summary form. And the unit summary form is written homework. It's listed out for you in the workbook, but it's also a document that you can download and use your word processor to complete. Once again, I'd suggest you use the printed page in the workbook to take notes, and then you prepare those notes in word processed form for submission for a grade. So essentially you're cleaning up your notes when you type them in. Okay, what is due in the unit? It's always these items. There's the repeatable exercise. You don't send me anything on that because that automatically comes to me. The grades come to me through the system that you're using. So you do the exercise any number of times. Your goal is to get a perfect score. You do the projects that are assigned in the unit, and you do the written homework, which is the unit summary form, and you submit that. So every one of these units, 1, 2, and 3, that's exactly the same format. The subject matter is different, and the projects are different. What you're required to do in terms of the project is orchestrated for you in the syllabus. That's why you want to make sure you visit the course website and get the syllabus so you know what to do in the workbook. Once in a while, people don't look at the syllabus, and they wind up thinking they have to do everything. That's not necessarily true. The syllabus, of course, is your guide to what's due in a particular instance of this course, a particular term. Once again, this was the page I was looking at in the workbook. My name is Janossy. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.